This video will provide a complete guide to JavaScript object methods, covering method definitions and best practices. Methods are essentially functions that are associated with objects. They enable object-oriented programming, allowing for data encapsulation, organization of behavior, and manipulation of an object's state. Let's explore how methods are defined in JavaScript. There are two primary ways to define a method within an object. The first approach uses the traditional function keyword. Here, the greet method is defined using the function keyword. It returns a string that includes the object's name. Alternatively, you can use the method shorthand syntax introduced in ECMAScript 6. This provides a more concise way to declare methods within an object. As you can see here, the greet method is declared directly without using the function keyword, yet it still behaves like a standard method. Understanding how this keyword behaves inside a method is very important. When a regular method is called on an object, this keyword refers to the object itself. This allows methods to access the object's properties. In this example, when the greet method is called, this refers to the user object, so it can access the name property. However, when using an arrow function as a method, this does not refer to the object. Instead, it inherits the this value from the outer scope. As you can see here in this case, this does not refer to user object and therefore the output is hello undefined. Generator methods are a special type of function that can be used to generate a sequence of values using the yield keyword. They are defined by placing an asterisk before the method name. Each yield statement produces a value that can be accessed iteratively. When we use a generator method, it returns a generator object. By calling the next method on this object, we can get each yielded value. The value property represents the yielded value, and done property indicates whether the generator has completed. Async methods are functions that allow you to work with asynchronous operations in a more synchronous style. An async method is denoted by the async keyword before the function declaration. Inside an async method, you can use the await keyword to pause the execution until a promise is resolved. The method getUser is declared as an async method that uses fetch to retrieve data and returns a promise that resolves to a JSON. By using async and await, we can make asynchronous code look and behave a lot like synchronous code. When the function fetchUserData is called, it uses the await keyword to wait for the getUser method to complete and logs the result. Method borrowing is a technique in JavaScript where you can use a method of one object on a different object. This can be done using call, apply, and bind methods. The call and apply methods allow you to invoke a method on a different object by setting the this value. The call method accepts arguments individually, while apply method accepts them as an array. Here we're using call to run the greet method on the other object, and similarly we use apply. The bind method returns a new function where the this keyword is bound to the specific object. Here we create a new greet function that is bound to the other object. When we call boundGreet, it executes the greet method with Bob as this. Method chaining is a technique used to call multiple methods sequentially on the same object in a single line of code. To support method chaining, each method must return the object itself using the this keyword. Let's consider the calculator class, where each method returns this, allowing to chain multiple operations together. We can create a calculator object and perform addition and multiplication operations in a sequence. The result is obtained by calling the getResult method. Private methods are methods that can only be accessed within the class where they are defined. JavaScript uses hashtag symbol to denote a private field, and this is called the private class feature. Here the hashtag balance and hashtag validate amount are private members and can be accessed only inside bank account class. If we try to access them outside of the class, we will get an error. Private class members are not inherited, so if you create a subclass, these members are not available in the subclass. This ensures better data protection and encapsulation. Method descriptors allow us to define the behavior of a property including methods, in more detail. We can use get and set keywords to define getter and setter methods. Here, the getter fullname method dynamically generates the full name when it's accessed, and the setter fullname method updates the first name and last name when a new full name is assigned. Additionally, we can use object.defineProperty method to add or modify the properties of an object. The method has several configurable properties such as value, writable, enumerable, and configurable. These properties allow for more precise control over how methods are defined and used. Here are some best practices for writing clean and maintainable code when using object methods. Keep your methods focused on a single task. Use meaningful and descriptive names for your methods to improve readability. Handle errors gracefully and provide informative messages. Document complex logic to help others understand your code. Ensure that methods return consistent data types. Avoid side effects by not modifying any external data. Implement pure functions that always return the same output for a given input and do not have side effects. Always validate the inputs to ensure the data is correct. Follow the solid principles to design a better object-oriented code. Write tests for your code to ensure the code is reliable and free from errors. By adhering to these principles, you can write high-quality code that is robust and easy to maintain. If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.